Bienvenidos a Galería VIP, hombres y mujeres, bienvenidos por igual. Hoy tenemos a una artista del pool dance y nos va a dar algunas clasecitas en privado para que ustedes se puedan deleitar con su plática y su experiencia. Bienvenida, es Jamilla Deville.
Thank you.
Ya nos diste algunas clases, participaron hombres y mujeres por igual, jóvenes. Estás derribando muchos tabús, incluso para los mexicanos. ¿Cómo te fue?
It was wonderful. I had so many people that came to my workshops, and we had a lot of fun. And where pole dancing has come to now, it's really a dance fitness class. So people have come to get fit, but also have fun at the same time.
Es un dilema aquí de repente entre escoger clases de baile, hacer ejercicio, y ahora los tienes reunidos en una sola práctica.
I don't know. I don't get the question.
¿Cómo es esto?
How it is to have them both together, dancing and fitness.
I think over the last few years there's been a lot of dance styles that have been brought more and more into gyms and into dance studios for the purposes of fitness. Zumba is a very obvious choice. When you dance, you get very fit because when you dance, you have to use the whole body. You can't just use your legs or your arms. Everything is working. So your heart rate is up. And with pole dancing, you also have a strength element. So you're actually building your muscles. So you have a strength workout and a cardio heart rate up workout at the same time, which is fantastic.
¿Pero es más fuerza que maña?
Is it more strength than trick?
It depends. Every school and every class can be very different. If you focus more on single tricks on the pole, then it's very much a strength workout. But if you combine the moves together into combinations or into dance routines, which in my school back home we do a combination of both, and that's more cardio as well. So it depends.
Pero además tiene el ingrediente de la sensualidad, de disfrutar la música, de entrar en contacto con pues la atmósfera que se da en ese momento.
Yes, it's true. I think dance in general is all about feeling the music, and there's an expressive element to dance.
¿Cómo empezaste? En tu caso, con acrobacia, gimnasia, baile, ¿qué fue?
I've been a dancer all my life, from very small, and I did ballet, jazz ballet. When I left school, I tried African ballet for a while because I love multicultural dances.
Pero en tu país de nacimiento.
In Australia? Yes, in Australia. And then from there I went to acrobatics. From acrobatics I went up in the air, so I went to trapeze, cordelice, which is the rope, and silks. And so from there I already had aerial strength. And so when I found pole dancing, I really moved very easily from one to the other.
¿Cómo fue tu primer encuentro con el pole dance? ¿En una clase o una amiga? ¿Cómo fue?
At the time I started pole dancing, it was only accessible through the clubs. At one time, that's the only place that you could find it. So my first experience was actually to try pole dancing in a club. Yeah.
Y te convertiste, curiosamente, en no solamente la instructora del año a nivel internacional por 2 años, sino que también ahora eres maestra, una de las más reconocidas a nivel mundial, y fuiste Miss Pool Dance Australia. Wow. ¿No es difícil cargar esa corona?
Is that hard to have all those titles with you?
I'm very honored to have all those titles. I'm very happy about it. It was hard work to excel at what I was doing and to bring something beyond what was already there. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work.
¿Y qué haces? ¿Ves a otras personas que se dedican a este arte en video, por ejemplo? ¿O vas a algunos shows para ver en comparación cómo están y montar nuevas escenografías? ¿Cómo es?
When I started pole dancing, there wasn't really, YouTube was only just beginning. So in the beginning, we learned by watching each other in a class or in a dance situation. And now there are so many YouTube videos that anyone can find online. A lot of us...
Hay muchos tuyos en YouTube.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry.
¿Hay muchos tuyos?
Oh,
Are there a lot of your videos on YouTube?
I'm sorry. There are. I have videos on YouTube under my name and also my DVD series, which is The Art of Pole. And for those videos, we set them up especially in a studio with the lighting and the set and everything. So it was a specific shoot to catch that video.
¿Cómo le quitas el estigma a este arte? No solamente en México, en muchos países de repente decías, híjole, esas mujeres. Y ahora somos muchas las que nos atrevemos a tomar clases y nos divertimos, incluso para nosotras mismas, no solamente para nuestras parejas. ¿Cómo quitas ese estigma?
Absolutely. The one way is to see what happens in a class, or to go and see a big competition or a big showcase. There's going to be one in Mexico City in October, and it's the perfect arena to come to see where pole dancing has come to, because it did start in the exotic dancing scene, but it's grown in a very short space of time, maybe 5 years. It's grown, and now it's gymnasts, ballerinas, regular women, some men are trying pole dancing as well. So, and all these people have brought their own input: gymnastics, ballet, circus as well. It's a big combination now of circus and pole.
Pero ya no se ve como la chica mala o la que se divierte nada más.
You don't see the activity as like the sexy slut girl.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I run a studio in Sydney, and all of my women are mothers, students, professional women. I think everybody, before they come to class, is worried that, claro, they walk in and everyone's going to be 18 and in a bikini, and claro. You know, and it's interesting. It's really not like that. We wear, you know, the clothing that's appropriate for the activity, which is gym wear. We have bare feet, and it's all regular women.
Por ejemplo, con tu mamá, ¿hubo algún momento en el que le dijeras, es un arte, es ejercicio, cálmate?
She never did. My mother's very supportive. I welcomed my mom to come and see when I was performing, and obviously online she can see everything that I've been doing, and I think she's very proud of me because I've grown a whole business around this dance art form that I discovered.
¿Qué le dices a la gente que todavía tiene como esos prejuicios, que no se ha acercado a tratar a la persona que practica este arte, o que no se ha acercado a decir, pues a lo mejor yo también me puedo divertir y ahí voy al tubo y lo hago?
What do I say to those people? I guess there's only so much that words can offer, but I think when people see, you know, it's so easy to show an example of what we do these days because we have YouTube and we have everything online. And as soon as I've seen people who've come to events like that and they've had prejudices, and they walk in and they see what happens on stage, and they're completely changed in the way that they think about pole dancing.
¿Y con tu pareja?
With your partner?
De repente te puedo decir, hazme una presentación, pero que no sea como tu trabajo, sino algo para mí, para hacerme sentir especial.
Have you ever done it or do it?
No, for me, I'm a professional dancer. So when I dance for everybody, as if, you know, any other kind of dancer. When we go out on stage, we're there for everybody who's watching. So I come to pole dancing like it's my sharing with everybody. Yeah.
¿Para algún baile en especial? Para él.
Would like to share with him.
I'm not sure what the question is.
Yes, that if she's asking that if you have ever danced for your partner or to him.
Actually, no. Actually, no. It's again for the same reason. I find dance to be, it's something that I do professionally, so I don't approach it in that same way.
¿Tienes alguna fantasía?
Do you have any fantasy?
No sé, algún momento íntimo de ti para el resto, que te acuerdes de alguna escena o que te lo imagines de cierta manera para poder expresarlo.
To express yourself when you're dancing? Like, do you think about something before going on the stage or during a performance?
I have a personal ritual that I take with me that I learned from other dance forms that I've studied. And it's a little bit spiritual, actually. It's before I go on stage, because you have nerves, and you have to focus yourself, and you have to bring yourself to a centered place. So it's almost like a little prayer, I guess, where I choose to channel energy to the people who are watching me. So that's my thing that I do before I go on stage. I make myself a channel, and it sounds very spiritual, doesn't it?
Para bajar el nervio.
To calm down your nerves.
No, actually, the specific reason I do that is to give my performance a focus and a good intention.
¿Y te ha pasado algo fuera de control que te haya puesto nerviosa, que te haya ganado la risa, que te hayas caído? Algo.
Has happened to you in your performances?
Things always go wrong. You know, maybe the floor is slippery and or the pole, you know, or you're sweating.
Claro.
You know, and you have to, after years of performing, you know, you find ways of covering up for, you know, if something's going wrong, you can't show it in your face. You know, you have to just get through.
La luz al final de la batalla, el desenlace de un ciclo. Los ojos inocentes aclaman la victoria. La verdad surge. En julio, descubre todo el drama y suspenso con estos impactantes filmes. Todas las piezas caen y se descubren. El último capítulo de la extraordinaria trilogía Milenio. La reina en el Palacio de las Corrientes de Aire. Cruenta y visceral. Un filme multipremiado que retrata el horror de los soldados en guerra. Zona de miedo. No te pierdas de una selección inolvidable que te mantendrá al borde de tu asiento. En julio, por Selección Platino. Irresistible.
Mire, usted puede venir aquí con un equipo de limpieza y las evidencias van a seguir ahí.
Definitivamente no hay nada que hacer.
La habitación del señor está limpia.
Acá no encontramos tampoco nada donde...
Infiltrados. Jueves 22 horas. Todas las emociones. TVC. Se siente.
No hay mucho que construir en este proyecto.
Uno que otro detallito. Tal vez sea necesaria una manita de gato. Por favor, salve nuestro hogar. Lunes, martes, jueves y viernes, 12 horas. Todas las emociones. TVC. Se siente.
Ahora en México, tienda tvc.com, una tienda virtual en la que encontrarás todo lo que estabas buscando. Las mejores marcas en tecnología, hogar, entretenimiento y más a los mejores precios y con múltiples formas de pago. Adquiere en línea tus pedidos y recíbelos en la comodidad de tu casa u oficina. Llega a ti, tienda tvc.com, la nueva y mejor alternativa en la red. Tienda tvc.com, con el respaldo de TVC Networks.
Tu marido y yo estamos juntos. ¿Qué?
Quita, coño, ¿qué haces? No estás muerto. ¡Eli!
Lex, doble capítulo. Todas las emociones. TVC. Se siente. En este programa daremos dos promesas. Renovar tu espacio y hacerlo con un presupuesto mínimo. Todo por 1000. Miércoles, 12 horas. Es genial. TVC. Se siente.
Estás viendo Galería VIP.
Gracias por continuar con nosotros en Galería VIP. Hemos platicado un poco acerca de el arte del pool dance, cómo van entrenando a las chicas que quieren prepararse para practicar esta actividad, y le hemos preguntado algunos detalles, como por ejemplo qué usan en las manos, en las piernas, y ahora le quisiera preguntar algo acerca de la ropa. Por ejemplo, Hablábamos de los
Like we were
zapatos.
talking about
¿Por qué
the
son tan
shoes?
importantes
Why are
escoger
shoes
los
so
zapatos?
important?
El alto correcto, que te levante la
height,
pompi, que tengas mejor postura,
That you
¿qué
have
es?
better posture. What is the most important thing?
Shoes definitely change your posture. It can be for the worse, it can be improving. It can really throw you into the lower back too much. But at the same time, it often makes girls stand taller.
¿Se te hace ver mejor pierna,
Do you
mejor
think you look
pompi que cuando andas
better,
descalza?
that bare feet, that your legs look better?
I think legs always look better in heels for the superficial look of it, and heels actually make your muscles work quite hard in your legs, so your legs are getting an extra workout. But at the same time, once you learn how to have proper posture, you don't need the heels anymore.
Y por ejemplo, la ropa, ¿qué es más recomendable?
For clothing, what do you
Digo, no vas a salir con
recommend?
mameluco, por ejemplo,
You're not
¿no?
going on your
Tienes que salir como
pole
con
dance.
algo más sexy, no necesariamente
Something more
algo
sexy,
chiquito.
not a small
Varía.
thing,
Pero ¿qué
really,
recomiendas?
What do you recommend?
Yeah. Practically speaking, we need skin to stick to the pole. Some people think that we need to slide on the pole, but actually the problem is sticking. So we need to have skin wherever we need to grip the pole. So under our elbow, our knee, between the thighs, there's many different places, and the hands obviously. So that's why we wear shorts and usually a gym top, so then we can grip.
Y con nuestras parejas, ¿qué nos recomiendas?
With your partners, do you recommend some outfits with your partners?
Whatever you feel comfortable in.
Pero algo como para que no la reguemos.
Do you know, like, something that you need to wear for sure? Like, this is going to work.
With a partner, when you're pole dancing for your partner, if you were, it would have to be practical because you have to feel confident when you're dancing for anybody, you know, if you want to impress them. So you have to be wearing something that you can move in and that you can still grip the pole. You know, what I quite like when I'm dressing up a little bit for pole is little frills on the shorts, or little, like, ribbons, little bows, sequins, diamantes.
Y por ejemplo, las luces, la música.
What about lights or music?
¿Hay algún lineamiento
specific
donde digas, por ejemplo, tiene que ser más como cachondón o también nos podemos divertir? ¿Cómo es la música?
How is the music?
The lighting, it's nice when the lighting's flattering. So maybe not bright white lights, but some colored lights that come at an angle is always nice on stage. And music is very, very individual. So some girls love rock music because it has so much power. And then other girls like softer music or slower music. And I think it really depends on the individual.
¿Tienes algún performance con rock?
Do you have, have you ever performed with a rock?
Metallica. Super pesado.
Super hard rock?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, different shows have different flavors, different themes. I have.
¿Con algo mexicano?
Something Mexican? Have you ever tried?
I did a show once with a Mexican theme. This was our school had a performance night, and I chose a Mexican theme.
¿Alguna que te da de tu preferencia que digas, con esta sí me prendo y
Which one is your best?
es la mejor que puedo bailar?
The best song you prefer to dance?
When I'm looking for music these days, I often look at movie soundtracks because movie themes are big and dramatic. So there's not exactly rock, but they're big pieces of music that build up to some dramatic moment.
¿Te has inspirado en alguna película, por ejemplo, Striptease, que es como de las más comunes para plantear el tema del pole dance? ¿Alguna película en particular?
Before I started pole dancing, I don't know what the movie was. It wasn't specifically about pole dancing, but there was a scene with a pole dancer in it, and she was so strong and so mesmerizing to watch that the image stuck in my mind. And I didn't seek out pole dancing because of her, but that image was like my first inspiration for how pole dancing could be.
¿Quiénes son las referentes del pole dance tan importantes como tú?
Who are the most important pole dancers in the media, like you? Who else do you consider to be the most important ones?
We have a pole dancer who's now working for Cirque du Soleil, and her name is Felix Kane.
¿De verdad?
And she's now working with the Michael Jackson Immortal Show. And
va a venir a México también.
It's coming to Mexico, yes.
Yes, it's coming here. And so she's very important for me in the industry because there's a mixed opinion in the industry about whether we're sport or whether we're sexy or whether we're fitness or what we are. And to me, the kind of work that Felix is doing on stage embodies the beauty of pole dancing. It doesn't have to be defined in a particular way. It's just powerful and it's incredible to watch.
¿Alguna vez entraste o quisiste entrar a un circo o alguna empresa que tuviera este tipo de actividades dentro de sus shows?
Pole dancing during their shows?
Absolutely.
¿Cuáles?
I love performing, and I'm very sort of edged with circus, because modern circus, because it's very theatrical, but it's very acrobatic at the same time. That's what I love.
¿Se puede mezclar con el burlesque?
Can you mix it with burlesque?
Some people can. It's very difficult. It's interesting because some people think that pole and burlesque are so similar, but pole dancing is not striptease, whereas burlesque is striptease.
¿Y tienes algún código de ética? Por ejemplo, no dejas que te toquen, o no importa si te tocan, algún límite con la persona que te está viendo.
Well, when I'm on stage, I'm like any stage performer, so that's my space. Yeah, that's.
¿Has salido con alguna de las personas de tu público?
Date someone in the public?
Que haya dicho, oh, Yamil, y te había conquistado.
Has anyone conquered you from the public?
Not that I'm aware of.
¿Por?
Why?
I think my approach is just about being a professional. So it's like, you go to work and you're at work, and then you have a private life as well.
¿Qué recomendaciones le das a las chicas que están empezando a acercarse a estas técnicas, tanto de ética como para hacer un mejor espectáculo?
Like, what would be your best advice to make a better show or better practice?
It's an interesting question, because this is something that I find really important, because suddenly the industry is full of girls who can pole dance, and from before, when we had just a very few who were professionals, now we have a lot of girls looking to perform. And I think it's really important that everybody looks for their own individuality and their own strengths, and doesn't try to look like everybody else. So I always recommend to girls that they find different influences, and then from that they find their own story.
Ahora, debe de ser difícil para cualquier persona que está junto a ti, tanto como alumna, como pareja incluso, tener a la instructora del año, verte guapa, verte exitosa, tus materiales audiovisuales. Tu pareja se llega a poner celoso y puede haber un problema entre ustedes, justamente porque todos te admiran en ese momento en el que estás en el escenario.
They're not jealous at all. They're very happy for me. Sometimes when especially when I travel and the girls meet me for the first time, they can be very flustered. And I find it's interesting, because I think for anyone who's famous, you don't see yourself as a famous person. You just feel like another person. And so when people show you so much excitement, it's interesting.
¿Tú te pondrías celosa?
Are you jealous about somebody, or would you be jealous of somebody that feels that way? Like, ¿puedes como ser un poco más específica?
Si él trabajara en esto y él fuera el artista que tiene los videos y que tiene sus presentaciones, ¿tú te pondrías celosa si no estuvieras como en esta parte del que ya dominas el tema?
How would you feel about not you being the famous one, but your partner? Would you feel jealous about him on tour, or showing his DVDs, or teaching classes to all these different people around the world?
I would, because I'm a performer and I love what I do. I love being well known, and I love traveling, and I would find it hard not to be involved. But it depends on the personality. Some people don't. That's not their life for them, so it's okay. But for me, I'd be jealous.
¿Se gana bien?
Do you earn enough money, or good money?
Yeah, it's if you come to the top of your profession, then yeah, it's good.
Sin importar que tuvieras o no tuvieras material en DVD, o sea, con hacer una presentación, con eso ganas bien.
Will the showcase is enough, or it must be like you have to gather all together the DVDs and the showcase and the workshops and everything else?
Yeah, I have many different places that I work in. It's all in pole dancing, but yeah, I have my DVDs, I perform, I teach, I travel. And I have to say, sometimes it feels like I'm spreading my energies in too many different places, but it doesn't have to be that way, but I'm a very hard-working, crazy person.
Y, por ejemplo, ¿qué le dirías a la gente que está empezando en esto también? Que trate de diversificar, por ejemplo, en dar clases, hacer sus presentaciones, buscar estos medios alternativos, por ejemplo, de tener un DVD.
Would you recommend the same thing for other people that having all this diversity of the showcases and the DVDs and do their own things all together? Would you recommend that?
Not for everybody. It keeps me very busy, and I didn't know if I would be very good at presenting before I did the DVDs. I really walked in cold, and now I've made 8 DVDs, so I'm much more comfortable with presenting on camera. But I know it's not for everybody.
Por último, por favor, invita a la gente a tu evento.
Please invite people
en
to
octubre.
Gravity First in October.
Well, yeah, Gravity is a massive event that's known all around the world now, and so many stars of pole dancing are going to be in the same place at the same time, teaching workshops, performing, and just there for people to meet as well and say hello to. So I think if you like pole dancing, it will be a very inspiring place to be.
¿Pueden asistir los hombres también?
Can men go to your workshops?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we have not nearly as many men as women, but we have men.
So
Avaricia.
Greed.
I'm going to relate it to pole. So it's like when the students come in and they have a pole that's their favorite pole in the room and they steal that pole for the whole class.
No se quieren bajar. Envidia.
Envy.
In pole dancing there's a lot of envy, because everybody wants to be able to do the new moves. So, and also we have a lot of competitions, and competitions make girls very envious.
Ira.
Angry.
When you fall off the pole.
Gula.
Gluttony.
When you've been working so hard for a competition and you watch your diet and your training every day, and then the competition's done and you go and eat big pizza.
Lujuria.
Lust.
When somebody who doesn't know about pole dancing hears about pole dancing classes, I think maybe the picture that comes in their mind is very lustful.
Pereza.
Sloth.
Yeah, when you finish training for a competition, you did the competition, you went and ate a lot, and then you just don't do anything for about 2 weeks.
Soberbia.
Pride.
When you do a competition again, you do really well, and then you think you're invincible, and then obviously after that you're going to get brought down a little bit.
Dos últimas preguntas que me surgieron. ¿Qué tan importante es la belleza
How important
para
is the beauty
este arte?
For this art?
Si no eres guapa, no
If
tienes
you're
éxito.
not pretty, I don't need you? Or how does it work?
The superficial beauty is got, like, competitions are not beauty competitions. They're purely on what you're doing on the stage, your presence, the technical aspect of what you're doing. If anything, where I connect beauty with pole dancing is that when you pole dance and you have a healthy lifestyle, you look more beautiful naturally.
Y en estas competencias, ¿cuál es el premio
In
mayor?
these competitions, what's the biggest prize?
It's so different for every competition. There's often money prizes. Some competitions, the biggest prize that you get is the title, the glory. You get the name that gives you a lot of work or recognition.
Jamilla, muchas gracias por estar aquí en Galería VIP.
My
Dile adiós
pleasure.
a tus fans ahora.
Thank you. Hello and goodbye to all my fans in Mexico. I'll see you in October.
Ahí la van a ver en octubre. Busquen toda la información como Jamilla Deville y nos vemos la próxima. Pásenla muy bien.